Hey everybody, if you're just like me, then you know that Atlassian is constantly changing Jira, Confluence, and the rest of the Atlassian cloud products, and they change it at an ever rapid pace that makes it kind of hard to keep up. And if you try to read Atlassian's emails, they're informative, but sometimes they're a little confusing. But here, I'm going to be talking with my buddy Jens, who has a solution for us, and we're going to be talking about it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and Jens, welcome. We're here to talk about how do we know what features are rolling out, which features, when did they roll out, how to use these new features. Because, like I said, some users, not everybody, it depends on which release track you're on. Some folks will get an email from Atlassian with some, very useful information, but it can be a little confusing. Not every user gets them. Usually it's just like the Jira admins. But oftentimes we have millions of users out there going like, what happened to this button? What does this thing do? And there's just so many things happening. So I heard a little birdie told me that you released something that kind of helps with that a little bit.
Yeah, I basically had the same problem because I wanted to keep track of specific products, like what's happening in JPD, what's happening in Jira software, and what's new. And I get this email that basically says like 124 updates to Jira, 100 updates. Yeah.
We have one with
And
566 today. So.
exactly. And the reason why, and then you go into those updates, and the challenge is because it's just a blog post that get updated, and people and Atlassian wants to communicate what's rolling out at the moment. The problem is that features repeat themselves every week because they're rolling out over multiple weeks. And that was my biggest challenge. I wanted to avoid having to read the same features every week over and over again. So basically what I did, I took the data that they have on this website. Let me actually start by showing you what's available.
Yeah, while you pull that up, a little anecdote for everybody else. So it's a very important thing that you said, right? Atlassian, the way they do the release notes will show you on a rolling foundation the same feature over and over and over because it takes them multiple weeks to get the information out, right? So you're gonna see it a few times. And even myself, who like I'm in this tool all day long, I get confused. And there's discussions and arguments and debates as to like, well, this feature's been around for 6 weeks, or it's been around for a month, or it's been around for 6 months. And it's hard to track it down here when you're just looking at it at face value from Atlassian's blog.
Yeah, so this is the data that the email points to. So you get these Atlassian cloud changes. If we read more, it's basically in Confluence. You get this page with all the different products and all the updates. And as you can see, this is very long, very long. And then you have these annotations rolling out. So this means this feature has been here last week, maybe the week before. So you have to read through all of this. And it just was very tedious.
Yeah. And for admins, we kind of like this stuff, but for regular users that again are being impacted because buttons are moving or new magical buttons just appeared, like in JSM, we have this thing called a journal. We're like, what's that? Right. Again, unless you're a Jira admin, you're not really like keeping up, Like I wake up in the morning and my morning news is like, what did Atlassian break today?
Yeah.
But regular users probably don't think about it so much.
I figured, like, how do we make this data a bit more useful? So essentially what I do, I wrote this app that's called the Cloud Changelog, the unofficial changelog for Atlassian Cloud. And the first thing that you see on the homepage are the updates that are new for a given week. That means we have not seen them before on that changelog. So in Confluence, for example, we have 2 updates. For Jira Product Discovery, we have 1. For Jira Service Management, we have a handful. Jira Platform. So this is much more readable and consumable. You can go here for every given week, can change the date up here, what was new last week or 2 weeks ago, and see everything that was new in that week. In addition, you also have this tab up here that's called All Changes, and that gives all this information in a much more concise. So this is all the changes that you see on the Atlassian Cloud changelog as well. Everything that's rolling out. So here's the status rolling out and everything that has been completed. Now the challenge is the data that they have in the page that we've seen is actually quite different even from the data that they show in app. So sometimes I go in and augment the data that we see here with the rollout dates that are in app, but that's a manual process. It's a bit more tedious to do, so I only do it occasionally to provide some more details on these items.
Yeah, and that's
Now
kind of where we went down this rabbit hole here earlier in another stream, because like Atlassian, for Atlassian Cloud, for Atlassian administration, as you're seeing right here, you're showing 44 items. Atlassian says 566 or some plus 500 number. How far back are you going on these, and how can you go to like the original one here?
So this one, I think I store the data for 6 months, roughly 6 months, and then
Okay.
yeah, because anything beyond 6 months, do you really care about this? That's kind
Well,
of
the rate
totally
that
exhausted.
Atlassian changes, it's only there to help settle debate.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The one thing that I added here is you can put in the products that you care about. Yeah, so
Why
you
did you
care about
split up
Confluence.
Jira and Jira Platform? Because that's something that caught us too. Like we were looking for Jira and nothing would come up.
Right. Yeah. So that's because Atlassian does it that way here in the cloud updates as well. So you have Jira Platform and Jira Platform, you care about Jira Platform updates even if you don't have Jira, but if you have, let's say, Jira Service Management, because those platform updates apply to both.
I see. So when they renamed like issues to work types, that was the Jira Platform, because it's going to impact both Jira, Jira Service Management, and the like.
That's right. So really, if you have any Jira product, you probably want the platform release notes as well as the product specific release notes as well.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And then
Does
you
it
can filter
have
by
dark
status.
mode? I thought I saw it darker for somebody.
Yeah, there's a dark mode here, so you can change this. It changes automatically if it goes dark with your browser. You can search. So if you're looking for a specific one, so surveys, for example, Confluence Observability Server, redesign in-app surveys, so you can find items there. You can download it as an RSS feed or a CSV, this one. So the RSS feed, you can put in your RSS reader, and then every week you get kind of the new items in your RSS reader. You can download the CSV of it. And for this week, I think we also have a PDF download. So you can download this and then you get a PDF as well that you can send around.
As I was
people
mentioning earlier, not every employee in a company will typically get this. Usually it's just the administrator, and that's only if the administrator is signed up for be on the release tracks, right? That are going to give you this bundle. And so some companies might not even be aware that an email goes out, let alone that you can actually get this information here. So this is very handy to be able to give out to companies or to distribute to the team and say, ta-da, here's what Atlassian changed.
Yeah, it's just a quick way to stay. There's like a few hundred users now of this changelog. I just posted it in the community and see who wants to use it, and it seems quite popular. They come back every week.
Now, this is on the backbone of your application, your other app that you built, or?
It was just like originally we thought, okay, we do it with the app that we built, where we help people create release notes. We can actually go in here and see kind of some of the release notes for this app. So we added like text selection. You couldn't text select. I haven't updated in a while. It's good as it is, but anything new will come up here. This is our release notes. But it really required more of a custom app because we need to pass that Atlassian data, and it was just quite custom. So we basically just built a side quest to help Atlassian administrators and users stay on top of the updates in the ecosystem. For people who want to give feedback as well, they can. There's I think about. So we have a public roadmap. If somebody has any requests that they want to see, and if it's possible and easy to do with the data that we have access to, improve PDF rendering, for example, they can come in here, give feedback. They can vote for items that they like, or just submit a new feedback suggestion for like a new feature, and then we can look into that. But let us know if you have feedback on it.
When I looked at it, and you had done another demo of your app, I'm like, well, this looks very familiar.
Yeah, I think the styling is like a little bit like similar, but
yeah, similar is the right word, right? It should feel similar to the rest of it.
Yeah,
great. So what's next for this? Like, what are your goals, aspirations?
I think it's pretty much like
do we plan
if we
for it to
couldn't.
replace Atlassian's official release notes?
Well, it depends on how many people start using it. It really is just for kind of a small tool to help people stay on top of things. At the moment, there's a limited amount of things we can do automatically. So because I don't want to have to update it like every week, it's like, you know how it goes when you have to update something every week. As some stage, it's just not a priority. It's just not so good. So I really try to build it in a way where it's largely automated based on the data that Atlassian provides. And unfortunately, the APIs in product with the actual changelog changes that usually provides dates and also details about which release track something is in, those APIs are not accessible publicly.
What
So
about from
really,
a Rovo perspective? Like if I wanted to ask, hey Rovo, when did this feature come out? Would it be able to go scrape your site and be able to tell me, or at least be able to give me some information on it?
I need to check, but I think you can point Rovo to external sites, and it should be able to scrape this and learn it. Yeah, it should be possible.
That would be an interesting one, because then you can just tell your team, like, just use this Rovo agent that is designed and architected to point to this. And that might be a good use case to build there.
No, again, like I guess I go back like maybe it's a year. So January 27 is still, maybe it's just a date in there. Yeah, so
you might have,
I think like maybe
you
6
have
months.
extra filters selected, so you might have too much filtering.
Yeah, I think these filters probably go back. I have to fix this.
That's what I think we were noticing, right? Because when you go to all changes, like, is it still sub filter for your period that you select? I would think that when I click all changes, I don't get sub filtered by the period.
It's still for the period, yes. It's still sub filtered by the period.
That's misleading, though. No, don't I just want to see all the changes regardless of the period? Or are you just doing that from a performance caching perspective?
No, the reason is because you kind of want to know at some stage like what's rolling out, or like what was the status of something like January 19th, whether it's a good use case or not. So basically you can go back to a particular date and see the status of the items on a particular date. Maybe all changes could just show the latest ones, which you get by default, right? So that's the latest status of the changes that are available, and it only lists items that are listed in the Atlassian changelog on that date. Right.
Okay.
So it's not, I guess it's not really all changes. The main difference between new this week is like this is only the things that are new this week and all the changes for the particular week, rather than all changes ever for Atlassian, if that makes sense.
I see. Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Cool. Well, again, very handy, very helpful, especially for those folks that are just not ever even getting the notifications. I think more customers need to be more aware of this. I got a nasty email from a client of mine right around this time last year when Atlassian started rolling out the new UI change. And the email was like, "Hey, Alex, why did you change Jira overnight?" And I'm like, "I didn't do anything to Jira. I don't have that kind of power." And it would have been great to, like, for me to communicate with them, like, "Hey, look, these changes are coming. Go check out, because it's a bundle of changes that are coming, and check these out." Because again, not every client of mine is on that release note or on that release track, so they don't get the email.
So a nice thing here that you can do as well, you can click on like each individual change and get the summary. You kind of get the rollout, the status, but you can also share it. So there's like a button up here.
That's what we were trying to find. We were trying to look for that. That was very important, because then I can just share a specific feature. That's another thing you don't get in the email, because the email is like the whole email. And the email is a long email, right? Like you're scraping that email for days as well. It looks very similar, not as bad as the blog you were showing earlier, but that email still can get very verbose. And this is like, hey, what changed? And I'm like, here it is. Go read that.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, it makes it easy to share, like send a link to someone and
awesome.
go from there.
Well, Jens, thank you so much for sharing.
No worries.
What are you working on nowadays? Any quick shout outs you want to make?
First of all, like the way to find this is via cloud-updates.released.so.
We'll put that in the description.
Yeah, put that in the description. Yeah, it's hard to remember. Check it out. And basically for us, we're working on this tool that allows you to communicate updates, product updates, and collect feedback with stakeholders and customers. So I showed you the public roadmap. That's basically what you can expose. These are all Jira tickets that come from Jira, and you can expose them to customers with the fields that you want to expose, the exact tickets that you want to expose. And you can also lock that down to specific customers or stakeholders if you want to restrict who has access to this. But the nice thing is people can comment here. Those details land in Jira itself. You, in an inbox, get connected to the Jira tickets. Stakeholders and customers can vote for items, put items on their wish list. So we have this wish list here where you can keep track of like what you wished for, and the number of wishes shows on the Jira ticket as well. So it's just a nice way for the team working in Jira to communicate with stakeholders and customers outside of Jira, get feedback in, and help using that data to prioritize what they're working on.
Yeah, and folks, if you're a fan of this channel, which we've been around here for a while, Jens, that was what, 2 years ago now that when you first launched?
Yeah,
so
started
to see
off
the evolution.
just as a change log to make it easier for you to write change logs based on Jira tickets, and then this has evolved into becoming like a communication layer for Jira that helps you communicate with external people.
Making communication sexy again.
That's right. That's right.
Folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button because Jens is going to come back. We're going to do a deeper dive into his company, his app, and everything else that is going on over here. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and we'll see you in the next one, folks.